What's up, y'all? In today's video, I'll be going over a sample chopping technique on the Roland P-6. Instead of using the chop function, which only allows you to set an even number of slices across the sample, you can use the motion record to set custom start points at various steps in the sequence, similar to slices. So let's check it out. Let's look at an example of this technique. On this pattern, I have two main samples, this drum break on pad 6, and this chord progression on pad 2. So here's how the samples sound in the sequence. The way this works is that these steps are each locked to a different start point of the sample. So when the sequencer gets to the step, it plays the sample from a specific point. Here we're looking at the pattern for the drum break. This step is playing a kick drum, this step is playing a snare drum, kick, snare, but you can add notes to any step and you can set a custom start point in each step. So it's very versatile. Let's go over how to set this up using the step record mode. This method allows you to hear what the start point will sound like as you add it to the step. So here I have a different drum break. First, I'll add notes to the step sequencer. Since this is a basic rhythm section, I'll add triggers to the quarter notes on step 1, 5, 9, and 13. Now I'll press the record button to enter step edit mode. Then I can select each step and set a different start point for that step by turning the start knob. So on step 1, I want there to be a kick drum. I know there's a kick drum right at the start of the break, so I'll turn the start knob all the way to the left. Now let's add a snare to the next note on step 5. I'll select step 5, then I'll turn the start knob and press the pad for the sample until I hear a snare. And I'll select step 9 and add another kick. And then I'll select step 13 and add another snare. And because I did all this in step record mode, these notes will always play starting at the points I selected. So let's hear what the sequence sounds like. And you can also adjust the levels, microtiming, or other parameters of the notes by holding the step button down, then pressing the granular button to cycle through the parameters. So here I'll change the microtiming of the first note, this kick drum. And you can remove one of the steps to have the sample continue to play through to the next note. So I'll duplicate the pattern by holding Shift and then pressing Copy, and then I'll select the duplicate option and press the Enter button. Now this pattern is 2 bars long instead of 1, and I'll remove one of the notes from the second bar of the pattern. Although sometimes there's this odd behavior where it may stop playing when it gets to a step for a note you removed, but you can fix this by holding the note button down, then turning the start knob, and then deleting the note. Putting notes in unique places, or leaving some sections of the sequence empty, can give you an interesting rhythm. Another method is to change the start point as the sequence is playing, instead of in step record mode. So here I'm using this horn sample, and like before, I'll add notes to the sequence where I want to trigger the sample. But now I'll press play, and as the sequence plays, I'll hold the note button down for the step I want to edit, and then I'll turn the start knob to change the start point for the step. Another interesting thing you can do is change the pitch of the steps, and you can do this by holding the numbered step button down and then turning the value knob to change the note for that step. This actually gives you more control over the melody than when using the chop mode, since the keyboard notes correspond to chops instead of different pitches on a sliced sample. So that's how you use motion record to set custom start points for samples in your sequence. It's not as intuitive as using a chop mode on a sampler like an MPC or SP404 Mark II, but you can still get a lot of control over playback of the sample, and you may even find grooves or rhythms that you wouldn't have found if you were just using the traditional slice mode. So it's definitely worth trying out. That does it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.